Hi, everybody. It's day 7 of our quantum becoming. And today I want to talk about opting into greatness. In other words, sourcing your role in a legendary creation, in an iconic moment in time. Just over Christmas, I published my latest book called Becoming Infinite. I just want to read you a quote from it because I think it relates exactly to what I'm talking about today. So it says, "We are here to be legendary creators of an iconic moment in time. We are meant to discover that we are multifaceted maestros, unleashing our own and the infinite's genius into the new design of a thriving world and cosmos. This is the purpose of our existence. This is the way of the universe. This is the thrill of becoming infinite." And that's really why I'm talking about all of this over these 14 days. It is about living infinite. It is about being a source creator of life and innovating and sourcing and creating the future that we all want to see, something that is so unimaginably spectacular, connected, and just with just unimaginable possibilities existing for us all. And I think that in the last, oh, I'd say 2 decades, maybe 3 or even 4 decades, we've become a bit mesmerized with personal development, which is a good thing. I think that's great. But there's a point where you're, what would I say? It sort of becomes irrelevant to you. That's probably my best way of saying that, I think, is that you no longer have to work on yourself or source those issues or clear or work on the past or try to get better. That's all framed in the personal. And there's a point at which you opt into greatness. And it's more about making a choice to say, I am here for the world to thrive, for the future to be new and innovative, for life to soar, for us to be more amazing and magnificent and genius and than we've ever been before. That the whole of the world can exist like that. And I believe that is our quantum becoming. So it is an iconic, legendary creation that we're making that I call our quantum becoming. And so, how do you opt into greatness? I know that that can sound uh, like some people could hear it as egotistical, or who do you think you are, or what can one person do? Those are some of the thoughts that come up. But in my understanding of all the last 25 years since I made a choice to opt into greatness, it's pure delight. It changes everything. There is no real ego as part of it because you become part of the all. You celebrate life. You see magnificence in others. You search for collective connectedness and for a new version of earth, nature, oceans, trees, animals, the whole thing. But it takes you opting into greatness. So, what does that look like? I think you kind of want to get past the orientation of yourself as a person with a certain amount of knowledge and a past and a history and issues and that kind of thing. And you want to step into the space where you are a source creator of life. And as a source creator of life, anything is possible, and you begin to innovate how you're going to find your role in this legendary creation, in this iconic moment in time. And so you first, I think, you want to kind of just let the normal personal you just shift to one side for a minute. Just ah, like maybe you actually are more than that. Much, much, much more than that. Maybe you are more expansive than that, deeper than that, richer than that, more genius than that, more possible than you can even imagine. And when you drop the frameworks of understanding of yourself and you just let them go, let them go to one side. You can pick them up later if you want to, although I can't imagine why one would want to. So you let that go and you feel the freedom of no restrictions, no limitations, no definition. There's no need to say, this is who I am, this is my identity, this is my purpose. Because those can be, purpose is a good thing, but it can also be limiting if you think you only have one and you're going to be stuck with it for quite a long time, if not the rest of your life. So you kind of let go of all that. And you get excited, you get curious, you get like, ooh, I could opt into greatness. I could say to the universe, to the infinite, to the source streaming of us, I could say, yes, I am here for this. I'm inviting you to opt into greatness. Okay, so first step, opt into greatness. If that feels right to you, then just say, yes, I am here for this. I opt into greatness. And then you allow yourself to expand into it, to make whatever connections there are, to allow it to flow through you, to fill you up. Because once you make that commitment, you get yourself out of your own way, then the forces of creation and the universe and the infinite, they will move through you and enliven you, quicken you, gift you the energy and the ideas and the genius and the innovation that you need to get this done. And you discover that your role is an ever-changing, dynamic creation, that you might pick something that's your role and poof, it's done in 5 minutes, and then what next? There's no structured limitation to playing in this game, in this sourcing, this legendary creation, this iconic moment of our time. And you discover that you can play, you can be joyful, you can be free-flowing, and you have access to energy, ideas, genius, innovation, power beyond what you've known as your personal self. And for me, that is where my own becoming has become extraordinary, where I quantum leap beyond the knowing of myself. And in order to do that, I have to let go of the knowing myself over and over and over again. And I embrace the newness of the possibility of myself. And that is so exciting and exhilarating. And it brings you into a different space in your life. And then you begin to look for what is my role in sourcing this legendary creation, this iconic moment in time. And so where do you find that? Okay, so you've said yes, you've let go of the personal, you've said yes to greatness, you've let the energies and all that flow through you. So now, usually you'll find your orientation to what is yours comes from the deep core, which I've talked about before. I even mentioned it yesterday in the video on the evolution of being. So in the deep core, there's a kind of an essence of, or signature of you that kind of fits to everything. And so, for example, if you said to me, oh, Solara, you're going to evolve cooking in the world, I would be like, no, thanks. I'm glad just to cook good food. The evolution of cooking isn't my thing to do, and I know it because I can feel if I say, do I want to be for the evolution of cooking? No, there's just no oomph from within for me. So now if you say, do I want to quantum evolve the universe into the source dream of amazing, unprecedented stuff? Yes, I do. That sings for me. You have to find the what like pours up the oomph from the deep core for you. And you look for it and you find those, you like feel a calling towards it, you feel an urging, you can call it to you and then match it to your deep core, and then you find how to do. And in the context of, like, for me, probably my biggest is to quantum leap the whole universe into the next level of itself. There is also to do that with the earth, to do that with humanity, to do that with all life upon the earth, to evolve the possibility of beingness everywhere. Those are just some of the things. But like right now, I'm passionate about discovering more and more about being the walking miraculous. That excites me. Whereas if you'd asked me 5 years ago, did I want to be the miraculous walking, I would be like, man, no, not really, but I'll play with it. If it shows up, it shows up. Now I'm like, yes, let's go. See it. It bursts up from within. There's a not just a resonance, but there's like a zing factor associated with it. That's how you find your role in the greater game. You feel the oomph, the excitement, the driving forward. And because you've let go of the personal and you've become the all, which I talked about in the video yesterday, you suddenly find that you have capacities that you didn't even know you had. And you can do things that are extraordinary in the moment, unplanned, untaught, just being in the moment and allowing the force, the miracle of life, the greatness of the grandest game, the infiniteness of you and sourceness flows through you to shape how you fulfill that game that you are up to, that creation, that legendary creation. And then you find the things that matter. Instead of it being personal development, it becomes leaving a legacy. It becomes being legendary. It becomes opting for greatness for all. It's not greatness for self, although you end up with that too. It's opting for greatness for all is really what I would say. And that is just spectacular. It is an enormous playground of exciting possibilities in which you discover that you are a maestro in ways you had no idea about. So there you go. That's it for today, everybody. Opting into greatness. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of love. Bye.